Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot, and welcome to the Aries supercharged super full moon. I'm recording this here on the day October 6th. Let's get into it. Actually, before we start, I just also want to say thank you guys to each and every one of you. Welcome to the family for all of our newcomers, but seriously, for all of you guys, each one of you make a difference. All of your love and support have truly not only made this channel a success, but it's what makes this channel a family, and I love you back. So, welcome to the super full moon in Aries. And if you have not seen the weekly read, let me tell you, this super moon is supercharged. So this is the first of 3 super full moons this fall that we'll be getting to experience. And with it being in Aries, its amplified energy is bringing fiery action, initiation, and decisive courage to start the new beginnings that you initiated back in March. And we'll get into that as well, so stay tuned. But this is where it is also going to be activating our 8th house. So that's the domain of transformation, intimacy, shared resources, like assets, debt, finances, inheritances. It also it's also the domain. It also governs how you commit, how you merge energy, how you merge resources, and shared relations. We'll keep it clean, but you know what I mean. This is intense. It's deep. It's illuminating. It's the entrepreneur of the zodiac, Aries energy, and we're having it amplified with a super full moon on top of all of that. And this super full moon is going to become whole at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time tonight. So wherever you are in the world, change that around for whatever kind of convergence you need. But right away from the cosmos, this is where Spirit is saying what you started in March. Now is the time. This is the culmination, the turning point. It's the time to speak up, speak out, let your voice be heard, loud and proud, live life loud, and let it be heard loud and clear. Now is the time to let your soul sing. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts of what you're releasing with this full moon, because it's freeing, it's liberating. And like I say, it's the culmination point. It's the turning point of what you initiated and have been working towards, since March of this year. So let's talk about the supercharged aspects. So in case you haven't seen the weekly read, this super moon is supercharged all day and is being supercharged all day with the conjunction with Neptune in Aries as well, in our 8th house as well. And remember, Neptune in Aries in our 8th house, while it's in retrograde, it's aligning you to your most authentic dream life with strength, with courage, with relationships too, especially because in this Libra season, he'll be moving back into our 7th house of partnerships. Oh my gosh. I mean, look at this leadership. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll get into this. Oh my goodness. So this is where we've got a conjunction with Neptune. We also have this Aries super full moon sextiling with Uranus. And remember, Uranus is also in retrograde. Best part though, Uranus is in Gemini in our 10th house, which has not happened in 84 years. This is transforming your career, your honors, your achievements, how you show up into the world, the gifts that you give and shine for the world, and how you're known with the work that you do, where your reputation precedes you. And like I say, it's also with honors, achievements, your soul's purpose, more than just a career. To top that off as well, this super moon is also sextiling with Pluto in Aquarius in our 6th house. Our 6th house is our house of work, lifestyle, daily routines. In Aquarius, that's outside the box, innovation. This is kind of, and too, remember, he's out of bounds right now. So this is like, he's not playing necessarily by the rules that haven't served you, or the preconditions that we've been going and pre-programmed from and going off of, leading us in our normal lives, culturally, societally. This is breaking through those glass ceilings kind of energy with Pluto in Aquarius. Think back to the late 60s, basically. This is like that hippie-free love where everybody, like we're equality, humanity. Our efforts, our contributions are valued more than our money, right? Are valued for our integrity, for our honesty, those types of aspects where humanity means more than just a dollar. And if that resonates, by all means, if you just got goosebumps like I did, put a heart in the comments below, because it's associated with us being a sign of service to our work, how we live, the choices we make in our lifestyle, our daily routines, also focused on health. And remember, health is wealth. So with the moon supercharged sextiling with Pluto, with Uranus in mind, transforming your career, Neptune aligning you to your dream life, Pluto's coming in. He's barging in like a wrecking ball, giving you breakthroughs in how you approach and solve complex problems with innovation, outside the box ideas, and breaking the glass ceiling with expansion when it comes to your 6th house, your house of work, daily routines, lifestyle, how you approach those aspects, working outside the box with innovation, not necessarily following the rules. I shouldn't put it that way, because he does, he also follows the rules too, but he also brings things to the surface so that we can see knowledge is power, what rules serve us, and more importantly, how you can work within those boundaries where there's open doors that we weren't made aware of, haven't leveraged before, right? New approaches to solving very complex problems. And it's about working smarter, not harder. It's channeling your inner spiritual warrior. It's channeling and defining how you define success, and align yourself with success in your life for whatever that means to you, in what lights you up, what fills your bucket, and what's sustainable, successional, your legacy. And to top this all off, stay tuned, because this reading, I'm going to put this reading out after this full moon reading, but Mercury also just moved into Scorpio alongside Mars in our 3rd house, and that's communication. Scorpio is intense, passion. Also too, with our 3rd house, this is short distance travel, close connections. So one-on-one connections with like your neighbor, your siblings, your male person, even to your knitting group, your hiking posse, your haircutting stylist, like all of these interactions, these connections that we have that remind us that truly we are all in this big bright world, but we're only 6 connections apart at the most, not even including the random ones that bring us even closer within 3rd degrees. This is that energy. And when these two get together, which is happening this afternoon before the supercharged super full moon, these two are a dynamic duo of powerhouse energy. And remember, Mercury is quick. He's fast moving. This is downloads. This is also pertaining to your connection with the divine. Getting your messages from your angels, your messengers, whatever. I can talk, I swear. From your angels, your ancestors, your 12-strand DNA, collective consciousness, tapping into Christ consciousness with realizing that you are the creator. What you think about, what you feel, your electromagnetic field is how you magnetize and attract what you bring into your reality, into your here and now. This is going to be creating an energy with the two of them, with Mars, our go-getter planet, Mercury, also too, our communication in the 3rd house of communication. Oh my goodness. So this is expansive energy, and it's all around. It's centered on connection at a deep, strategic, passionate level. And it's rocket fuel, it's movement, and it's adding rocket fuel for Aries' pioneering spirit, because remember, he's the entrepreneur, he's action, he's initiation when it comes to the signs of the zodiac. And it's all coming together, culminating at this turning point for your new beginnings in love, in health, in wealth, in self-worth, income, and finances, especially with the sun being in Libra season now, and in our 2nd house of value, all aligning to your dream life, your dream career, stable foundation, stable soul tribe, getting rid of the toxic. It's all about this release. And it's aligning for you. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Elevate this message so that we can get it to the ears that need to hear it on this day, so that we can all take advantage of this amplified energy with this super full moon. Because like I was saying, it's also about release too. But before we get there, this is where right away we've got the strength card. You are tackling things head on. So this is bringing clarity, deep emotional focus and clarity to emotional and financial matters with this Aries super full moon. It's demanding honesty and courage to address buried issues or ones that you've been avoiding, potentially have been avoiding. So, especially with the 8th house, especially with the scorpionic energy alignments as well, something's coming to the surface and you're tackling it head on, especially with Mercury and Mars in that scorpionic alignment, facing your fears with courage, with that pioneering spirit of Aries. And the best part of whatever comes up is that the scorpionic energy, the Aries energy, is going to give you that courage, give you that passion to face it head on. Pluto's giving you the solutions to resolve it. And then the super full moon is here to help you dissolve the emotional or financial blockages that you've been experiencing, struggling with, maybe having avoiding, just saying, suppressing. It's going to help us all with clearing out all the negative energy surrounding those worries and motivate, liberate you, and accelerate you to your new beginnings with positive change. And like I say, you're being supported in such a big way. We're going to talk about it because it also, like I was saying before, is tied to that new moon partial solar eclipse that we had on March 29th. If you haven't seen that reading, by all means, it's in the March playlist. Check it out if you need a refresher. But just as a recap, that new moon in Aries, that partial solar eclipse, was also gifted. The new moon was in Aries at 9 degrees. And remember, 9, that's completions, that's new beginnings, that's culmination. And it not only created a very potent, powerful energy for new beginnings, but it involved fated shifts with action and with courage. This was also when we had a once-in-a-lifetime event where we had 9 planets aligning between Pisces and Virgo. Our first house of self, identity, state of consciousness. 7th house of partnerships, compatibility, harmony, mutual attraction, mutual respect, maybe even a little romance. Remember, that 8th house is there. Reconciliation, cooperation, and Venus's love, lifting it up. And remember, she rules finance as well. She rules the finer things in life, the Renaissance appreciation for the dualities in life. This is balance, partnerships, relationships, polarities, choices, decisions. And with that heart chakra, it's also about knowing that you're not going it alone. You're finding sincere allies. You're actively supported, not only by the universe, by the relationships that you have, the partnerships that you've been building, the business allies, the investments, where you're investing your time, your money, and your energy into. These 9 planets, with that new moon here in Aries that happened back in March, we're all aligned with our 1st and 7th house. Now remember, our South Node has been in Virgo in our 1st house all year. Our North Node has been in our 7th house all year in Pisces, dreaming as big as the universe, going after your life's soul purpose, your soul path. All of these planets were aligned in between all of this. So they're all in between too, the North and the South nodes of karmic completions, fated destiny, right? This was super powerful. And this super moon, this super full moon now, is the culmination, the turning point of all of that. And to spoiler alert, in case you haven't checked that reading out, in March, when I did the reading for this whole thing, we pulled 3 aces and a 10 of cups. So think back to what you initiated back in March, what you've been going through this whole summer since then. what you've been healing from. Because remember, that was right after the spring equinox. We just had our fall equinox. Think back as well to what you've been closing out between now and then, particularly in areas of money, loans, debts, investments, bonuses, taxes, relationships, business partners, banks, investors. How all of that has tied to your home, your family, your lifestyle, and your career. Remember Pluto with that spiritual inner warrior here. This is where you are embracing not only the dualities of your north and your south node, carrying the wisdom from that south node to your cutting edge, writing your contracts, your soul contracts, and particularly writing new ones where you're writing abundance, joy, love, family, your soul tribe into your soul contracts for your next adventure, your chapter 2, right? Over the last 6 months. This is where the unrevealed future is coming to a turning point, a culmination. You're stepping into your spiritual leadership, and I just got goosebumps. I can't help it. You're also utilizing your perceptivity from the wisdom that you've gained between March and now. You're following your intuition where before you may have questioned it. You're embracing not only the dualities, but the unconscious, the hidden mysteries, with fearlessness, with bravery, with balance, with wisdom, and you're embracing the faith, the magnetization to universal order with reflection, with vitality, and with your intuition. My ear is ringing. I cannot help it. This is the point. We're here and now. If that all resonates and you have your ear ringing too, or however your ancestors, your angels talk to you, put a heart in the comments below, because you are stepping into your leadership. This is that. This is the day. We're here. This is the turning point, and it could manifest in a lot of different ways. Because remember, the super full moon is about release, right? And it's about undoing blockages, undoing habits, toxic traits, repetitive patterns, so that we can raise our state of consciousness to involve and invite new ideas, new opportunities, saying yes. Especially then we're all in connection with 6 degrees. So, one of the biggest things that really resonates with me in this is we're all connected within 6 degrees of attachment in this big wide world, right? So in a lot of ways, when we look at if you ask people how'd you get your job? It's not necessarily oh, it was my best friend. Oh, it was, I don't know, my mom or family time. Could be as well. But either way, in a lot of ways, more often than not, it's, oh yeah, I heard about this job from my local mailman, from my hairstylist, from a person that was in the next booth when I was at this craft fair. It was super amazing, but she told me, she turned me on to this craft fair, and all of a sudden I met you, and here's this wonderful connection. Now all of a sudden we're doing this collaboration, something like that. That's what all of this turning point is. And so it manifests in a way, especially with the North Node being activated here, with the South Node as well being highlighted and coming into this culmination point, with finances being tied to it, your investments, your connections. Not only are you connecting with support, providing support as well to others, connecting with the way that you're, with us being Virgos, the sign of service, that you provide support with your gifts to this world, to your connections. But this is PR. This is your brand, launching a business. This can manifest in a way of whatever you've been building. You could be looking at paying off a big financial loan or debt that's freeing up your finances so that you can now invest into your business or register your business. You're stepping into a place of leadership, management. Maybe you're expanding your business where you're taking on employees to help out with work that basically is now you're getting big enough now where you're struggling with some of the smaller things, right? Or other aspects. This is where you're stepping into a place where Saturn has been building up your self-discipline, your reason, building your legacy, your structure. You're also standing in your integrity. You're standing behind your word. You're trustworthy. You're consistent with what you're doing, with how you provide support, with how you also lift up and stand in your leadership. This could manifest in a lot of ways too with signing a contract, because it's tied to home and family, especially with the foundation here. This is not only upholding boundaries, but focusing on your stability, your structure, balance when it comes to your contentment, standing with your solar plexus wide open and unblocked, knowing that you've got this, why you're here, what you're meant to do, that you're capable, more importantly, that you're enough. You always have been. Now Aries is lifting you up with that courage, that confidence to know exactly what you have to offer in Libra season, standing in our place, our second house of value, knowing just how much you're worth, right? So because it's tied to home and family, this could be investments in the ways of contracts, commitments, putting in an offer to purchase, or even signing a lease, submitting a lease on a new home or a new apartment. This could also be with Uranus tied in here as well, working cooperatively, say that 10 times fast, with that sextile, accepting a job offer. It could lead to, especially with our third house, with Mars, our go-getter, and Mercury coming into play here, this could be a job offer that's in a new community, that comes with a raise, that comes with a relocation bonus even. Remember, those are involved as well. This could even involve taking a new relationship to the next level. Moving in together, remember shared resources are here. It frees up your resources together where you can stand in your leadership, communicate in your honesty, with your passion, with inspiration, and inspire others with your action, in your creativity, in your truth, and also in your acceptance, with self-love, self-acceptance, and in acceptance of your soul tribe. True open arms, true alignment. So this could be moving in together, maybe even getting a proposal. I got goosebumps right there. So somebody, I don't want to be the spoiler, making it official on your social media relationship status even. It's shared resources. It's playing a big part in how you're investing, how you're making your commitments, where you're making your commitments with time, energy, money, and it's all aligned with your next chapter, your future, and it's all under this full moon energy. So it's liberating, it's fated, and it's aligning you, bringing you up to charge forward in your truth, in your authenticity, to your destiny, your soul tribe, your dream life, your soul's purpose, and your soul's path. So if you were experiencing stagnation, caught in the middle of making difficult choices, indecision, experiencing stalemates, confusion maybe there was this fog of not knowing which way to go, which part to invest in, right? This is where there's new beginnings being ushered in and freed up in a very liberating way with this Aries super full moon that's supercharged. You're following your intuition, and it's balancing the scales this Libra season. And stay tuned, because if you haven't seen that weekly reading, we also have the 1010 Destiny's Gate portal. There we go. This Friday. This is a huge week, and it has to do a lot with making decisions, and you're making them wisely, strategically, especially with that scorpionic energy with Mars and with Mercury, following your intuition with the moon. And it's also balancing, harmonizing with your partnerships, in your relationships, in the choices that you make, with a very good head on your shoulders and your third eye wide open. It's a new beginning, stepping into the fool's shoes with unlimited potential, breaking that glass ceiling. This is with your heart as light as a feather, going on a journey. And I will also say, we here have Uranus talking big time. And remember, it's career related, especially with your 10th house, your 6th house, and with Libra season, your 2nd house, all tying together with this trine. If you haven't seen the monthly read, check that out. But this is where your new beginning, this is like this week in particular, get ready to start living your best life. But if you haven't seen the monthly reading, by all means, this is a month that truly has so many crazy alignments. We have 3 grand air trines, 2 grand water trines. Jupiter is playing a very big role. Juno, his wife, is coming in as well. And on the 1st, she played a role moving back into Sagittarius, which again for us rules our 4th house, home, family. Jupiter's wife, ruling marriage, equality, justice, coming back home after she's had her play date, her ladies' time out with the gals. She's coming home to her hubby, Jupiter, with optimism, blessings, luck, in our 11th house, hopes, wishes, dreams, legacy, long-term aspirations, community, social networks, our social circle. In Cancer, our heartfelt energy of the zodiacs. This is exalting Jupiter, and now he's got his wife home. These two are cuddled up next to this fire of the super full moon in Aries, transforming our lives, our path, and aligning it in a multiverse universe. That didn't sound right. In a multiverse to your best life, your highest timeline. It's fated. It's liberating. It's aligning. Now, I will also say as well, I've put together a meditation affirmation video for this super full moon, and we're going to also talk about a few ways that you can use this energy, because with it being a super moon, not only being supercharged, it's amplified. The moon is very close to us right now, so you're going to feel this energy. There's ways that we can really amp it up even further, to work with it and take advantage of it. I mean, oh my God, what? Okay, if you just got goosebumps when you saw these cards like I did, put a heart in the comments below. Let me know what you're releasing, what you're freeing up, so that you can move forward and write your chapter 2. Because stay tuned, if you haven't seen the weekly read, we also have the sextile between Jupiter and Venus. And this is like they're writing chapter 2 to living life's heart's desires after he and she, wrote the first chapter back in August, on August 12th, when they conjunct. And, spoiler alert, there's a chapter 3 come around Thanksgiving. They're going to be trining. Stay tuned. We'll get into it. I'm excited. But in the meantime, I have put together an affirmation meditation video. Focuses on releasing, removing those blockages, right? And we'll get into ways of working through that. Also, too, to opening yourself up, cleansing your energy to usher in and welcome those new beginnings, especially the ones that you've been working so hard on since March, when we had our amazing once-in-a-lifetime alignment, especially for us Virgos. So this is where, as you can see, with the 4 of Cups, any of that stagnation, everything that you've been built, you've kind of been like culminating it off to the side here, right? Now we're getting this 4th cup. And remember, you've got the Midas touch. What you touch, what you work on, what you put your mind to, you can do anything that you can put your mind to with Mercury and Mars right now, but you also have the Midas touch with Libra season. What you touch, what you work towards, what you believe in, turns to gold. You're being handed a cup this week with this super full moon. Action, initiation, entrepreneurial, paving your path, forging your way. So I have created that tool. Stay tuned. I'm going to launch it right around the same time as this video so that you can utilize it to truly take action towards the start of something new, to open yourself up with that sacral energy, with that creative flow, being inspiration and action when it comes to your root chakra, building your stability, your structure, being indomitable, because this is ushering in not only change, but it's ushering in good news, opportunity, and it's taking action. Like I said in the weekly read, this is the week. There are so many days of alignments, so many sextiles going on, and open door opportunities. This is the week to truly say yes. This is where your judgment is coming in. It's time for the truth to come forward. Look at what we need to release, what we need to initiate. Take decisive action with courage towards your new beginnings and transform, particularly when it comes to freeing up your assets, your finances, bringing clarity to deep emotional and financial matters that we perhaps avoided, not quite dealt with. This is facing all of those fears head on, with honesty, with forgiveness, but putting all the good karma that we've been working, building up, and cashing it in a lot of ways towards your new beginnings, towards investing, bringing resolution to what needs to be dissolved so that initiation, oh my goodness, can take the place of it. And it's call and judgment, right? It's being very honest, getting to the bottom of the matters, the deep parts of it with that scorpionic energy. So first thing that we can do is a burning release. And as I always like to say, safety first, okay? So just remind yourself or keep that in mind. But a burning release will really help with removing blockages, especially with all this coming to the surface, right? So this is the day, this is the time. And remember, I'll just say it again, this super full moon is happening at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time tonight. Write your release list. So any habits, emotions, attachments that are blocking you around your transformation, change, shared resources, intimacy, resentments related to power struggles, having honest communication, speaking and living your truth, being vulnerable with all of it, right? Related to vulnerabilities and trust issues. Write all of it down, what you need to release, the blockages that you need to remove. And first things first, after you write them down, the most important part is feel the feelings. Sit under the full moon. Acknowledge all those feelings, right? They're valid. That's the first thing, is we have to validate everything that's been putting you in a lack mindset, poverty mindset, right? Financial difficulties, worries, hard times, cold weather. We have to feel them and acknowledge them. Honor them, if you will, in another way of putting it, without judgment. And with your intentions now set, safely, safety first, I'm just going to quote the bear, right? Or two, I'm going to totally date myself, but it just came to me. I'm sorry, I'm a nerd. I'm not sorry, actually, but Fire Marshal Bill, right? Do not be Fire Marshal Bill. Safety first. But this is where safely burn them and visualize the emotions being transferred into smoke, dissipating into the ethers as they turn to ashes. Once the ashes have cooled, give thanks and gratitude to the moon for aiding you in your release, and breathe the lightness of the weight that's just been lifted off of you, that's just been given to you. That weightlessness that comes with letting go. Also, too, if you're wanting an extra grounding effect, because we're Virgos, right? You can also bury the ashes as an act of grounding. This is where you're looking at everything that needs to be acknowledged, all the difficulties. And remember, those are our karmic lessons. This is karmic closure, closing out those cycles so that we can write abundance into our new soul contracts. Looking at all of them, acknowledging them, letting them go, releasing them. I just got goosebumps and my ear is ringing again, so I needed to hear that just as much as you. Put a heart in the comments if that just touched you too. But you're holding now, cherishing your new beginnings as the Knight of Cups. Creativity sparks motivation, inspiration, drive. And two, remember, 8th house is also intimacy. So romance, right? Falling in love with your dreams again, falling in love with yourself in a lot of ways, with that self-acceptance, falling in love with your intimate partnerships as well. Just saying. This is good news though. And it's all inspiration in action. With the Ace of Swords, double confirmation there. 2 new beginnings, good news, new beginnings, mental clarity, good choices. Standing in the truth, your truth, finding your truth, holding your vision, focusing your intentions on your vision, and reaching your success. Remember, you've got the crown. You're the creator in your life. Live your best life. This is the Fool's shoes with action right there. I'm just saying. So, also too, another great way that you can work with this energy, a full moon cleansing bath. So, this is the time to prepare an Epsom bath, a sea salt bath, whatever you prefer. Both are purifying, so whatever you prefer, like I say. But infuse the water with frankincense or lavender. It's very calming, it's very healing. If you use crystals as well, same thing, it ties to the lavender. Amethyst or even selenite will help you with healing. And place these on the side of the tub, or to look into if your crystals are safe for the bath water, right? Just saying, don't want to get anybody in trouble there. There's minerals involved. But as you step into your bath, visualize the moonlight pouring down on you, filling the water with purifying energy. State your intentions to release what no longer serves you. And as you soak, focus on your breath work, your pranayama, right? This is our magic. This is our art. This is our ether. This is our life. So as you focus on your breathing, imagine the water washing away all the heavy emotions, all the heavy thoughts, all the heavy worry that's been causing blockages. And with every exhale, release those blockages into the water, those negative emotions, those negative energies. And when you're ready, drain the tub and visualize all that negativity flowing down the drain, and with it, leaving you cleansed and renewed. This is where, oh my gosh, I mean, look at this. This is where a lot of you take advantage of a cleansing bath. I'm just saying. This is star energy. As you breathe in, remember, visualize that white, yellow, purple, or golden light flowing into you. And as you exhale, visualize all the dark energy flowing out through your toes into the water. This is where, again, we've got the Knight of Cups. Filling yourself with your inspiration again, with your passion, with your sensitivity, with your emotion when it comes to manifesting your dreams, your greatest life. Following your intuition, being sensitive to the signs and synchronicities. Accepting with self-love, that scorpionic energy. And remember, scorpionic energy is facing those fears head on, getting to the bottom of the matter, right? Going deep. And more importantly, bringing balance to what was fractured when it comes to your energy with your manifestations. This is following your emotions and your intuition, your feelings, and filling your spirit with the desires, your heart's desires, and letting your intuition, the synchronicities, your connection with collective conscious, Christ consciousness, all those downloads, so that you can receive them and be guided to your next chapter. This is where you're shining as the star. You're meant to shine as the star. This is your next chapter. And it's with that Aquarian energy, right? It's innovation. It's outside the box. Solutions to complex problems. And as I always like to say, simple solutions to complex problems. Working smarter, not harder. This is healing. This is kindling the heart with kindness. Holding on to your vision, receiving that spiritual guidance, and receiving it with the laws of attraction that are truly the generous nature of the universe. Living your best life in all its contentments that it has to offer, in all the creativity that our sense is gifted with, right? And with that 17, it reduces to the 8. That's subtle strength. Kindness, love, is our strength. That's the universal language that everything understands. It's equalization. It's vitalization, vitality. Vitalization? Don't ask. It's bringing health, breathing health back into your rhythm, into your navigation, and into your peace. And knowing that you are absolutely supported with that heart chakra wide open. This is filling your cup up in so many beautiful ways. And as you can tell, kind of is like a bath. I'm just saying. So it's a little cold this time of season. If you're in a warmer climate, by all means, the ocean, river, spring, there's something here where even the minerals of the natural water, the salt, the natural salt of the ocean will also be just as, if not better, with a good cleansing moonlight bath. I'm just saying. Now also too, if you're not up for the bath, if you're not up for a fire release or a burning release, you can also make moon water. So fill a glass jar with water, add clear quartz to amplify the energy. Also too, like I say, look into your crystals if they're food safe, that kind of aspects. I don't want anyone, getting sick here. There's minerals involved. But you can even put it by the jar as well. You don't have to necessarily put it in the water. But the clear quartz is going to be amplifying the energy even further. Write down a positive intention. positive affirmations. Check out that meditation video if you need that as well. Utilize that during your bath, your meditation as you're doing your release ritual. Same thing with the moon water. So once you write down your positive affirmation, your intentions, fold up that paper, do it 3 times, or as I like to say, do it thrice. Don't ask. And either way, fold it up and place it under a jar, under the jar of water, more importantly. Sorry, I surprise myself even sometimes with my nerdiness. Anyway, I'm blushing here. But more importantly, set that jar outside or in a windowsill, somewhere where it basically can capture, absorb that full moon energy so it charges with all this beautiful energy of action, initiation, pioneering spirit energy. So the biggest thing to remember is just bring in your moon water before the sun rises to prevent the sun from cleansing the moon's energy, right? And this can be used in a number of different ways. It's going to help you with that temperance, that healing, that internal balance, that harmony, that fusion to harmony, attunement, your truth. And as you can see again, it's a never-ending cup. When you connect with Source, there is no point with the 12-strand DNA. It's constant renewal. You become your own renewable energy source. Moon water can help with this in a very big way. So you can use this to, you can drink it to absorb the cleansing affirmation, the energy of your positive intentions. You can also add it to a bath. You can use it to water your plants, to give life to your home, your family, because your energy is surrounding and encompassing, right? Remember, we've got Juno playing a big role this month. Again, I'll just say it. Check out the monthly read if you haven't seen it. But as you drink it, however you utilize the moon water, focus on and remember your intentions that you set, that you wrote down, each time you use it for release and renewal. And if that resonates, if you just got goosebumps like I did, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what intentions you are setting under this full moon, especially with them being supercharged with all this energy. But before we go, I also want to take a look at our spirit animal totems here for any, thank you, for any additional messages from our angels and ancestors. So what we pulled, oh my goodness, look at this. So we've got higher calling, self-reliance, power, magic, and your intuition. This is a special day. Oh my goodness. So you have everything in you, within you, all the courage that you need. Now is the time with this full moon. Let go of the past, reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with your soul tribe by your side. You're making noble choices, and now is the time. We're at the turning point, the culmination point for everything that you've been working towards since March. Also, too, this is where Spirit is letting you know you're strongly independent. You're solitary, but with the snow leopard, you're sovereign. Your integrity is important for your best outcome. So now is the time to walk with the shamans. Use your intuition. Let your life unfold in silent perfection, because you've got the power of the grizzly bear. This is indestructible aspects, and again, it's with honoring your intuition. Follow where your intuition is leading you. Love and gentleness are your real strength. And remember, part of the root chakra is that you are truly indomitable. Never give up. Know that when you never give up, you only lose if you quit. You will succeed with your perseverance. You're indomitable at this time, and you've got magic within you with the dragonfly. This is embracing your transformation, 8th house activation, right? Courageously letting go of the past, double confirmation there. Embrace the magic of nature that's within you, because you're brilliant, you're blessed, and you are lit up. This is the time to truly go towards your new beginnings with whatever fills you up, with whatever lights you up. Listen to the song in your soul. Calm your mind and let your soul sing. Trust your intuition, because you have a way of knowing. Emerge from that busy life and recognize that your uniqueness is your gift and that you are loved. This is the time to speak out, speak up, and let your voice be heard loud and clear. Now, before we go as well, I also want to just look at our music meditation, our color therapy. So, for major arcanas, let's see what we pulled here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Look at this transformation of power. And let's put it in the right direction here as well. So the way that all of this came out, if you just got goosebumps seeing this synopsis, put a heart in the comments below. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're standing as the maiden in the Strength card. Remember, this is hermetic art. Knowledge is power. Embracing and standing in with your electromagnetic field, with what you're attracting, and that high priestess energy, taking leadership, standing in your leadership, in your foundation, with that Aries energy, on your fool's journey, shining as the star in all your healing, in all your renewal, in all your vision, your greatest life, your best life, your highest timeline. And you've got the Temperance card with renewable energy, being a sovereign source of renewable energy, standing in your truth. This is gorgeous. So what we pulled music therapy-wise is 2 E's. We also have 2 G sharps and a C and an A sharp. And then color therapy-wise, we've got yellow, we've got purple, we've got indigo, purple, indigo, periwinkle. Let's go with that. And also red. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, supercharged, super full moon. I am sending you so much love and light. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.